Hey, welcome. It is Leah Ray from Digital Trailblazer. Super excited to talk with you today. Happy Memorial Day. Yes, for all the Americans out there, Happy Memorial Day. It is a solemn holiday, kind of remembering those who um, gave it all, right? So, um, yes, yeah. So I hope everyone had a special day, and we're gonna dive right into something that I think is really important because a lot of people are jumping into this whole online business thing. They're jumping into an online coaching world. They want to be an online coach. And one of the main reasons that I hear from people of why they want to do this, it's because they want time freedom. It's not just about the money. It's not just about the impact that they can make, but it's the time freedom. Okay. It's a time freedom that they actually want to have in their lives to do all of the stuff that they really find important. And so I see a lot of people fall into the trap of setting up a business that just creates another job for themselves and doesn't actually create time freedom. So that's what we're going to fix today. I'm going to show y'all, I'm going to show everybody how do you set up a business that's actually going to create time freedom, that's going to allow you to be your own boss and not require you to be your own employee. All right. So this is super important. As you jump on, say hi. We got all kinds of folks from all kinds of places. I'd love to see where you are from and where you're watching from. Hey, Mike, welcome. All right, so we got people in the Facebook group, we got TikTok, we got YouTube, we got all kinds of stuff. So I am gonna have a little friendly competition. Maybe I'll do something special for whatever platform has the most comments because I love me some comments. So as you jump out, say hi, let me know you're here with me. My Facebook feed is getting all goofy and not doing what it's supposed to do. So hopefully I can see your comments, guys. Okay, let's dive on in because there's really 3 core steps to this. And then I'm going to break it down to the specifics so you can actually implement this. I'm not a fluffy kind of coach, right? I give specifics. So we're going to get into the details. So when you look at the type of business you want to create, or when you're creating your business plan, your business model, how you want to run this coaching business of yours, we need to look big picture first, and we need to start with the end in mind. 100%. Because that's how we can backtrack and set up the right pieces to create the leverage, to create the time freedom, the financial freedom, all of those pieces from here. Right. So, and if you have not yet received this, I got some goodies for you today before we dive in. Number 1 is the Client Acquisition Accelerator. This is an amazing resource to teach you how to go from leads to hot prospects, how to get your sales pipeline filled up, people who are truly, truly interested. So type in client in the comments and we will get that to you in chat or with the link, or I'll add it. I'll add it to the YouTube description after we finish. Sorry, I should have done that earlier. And then comment info if you're like, this sounds great, but I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm gonna need some more help with this. Cool. That's what we can help you do. All right. So type in info, we'll chat, see what's going on, see if we can help you with this. Hey, Alvin, Rain, Christine. Hello. All right. So like I said, we want to start with the end in mind. Okay. So what kind of business what's your vision for your business? Do you want to go really big? Do you want tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars in revenue every month? Or even if you want to keep it smaller, like a $10,000 a month business, but you want it as leveraged as possible, then we need to really do these 3 things to set up the structure of the business to create time freedom. So important. You don't want to be your own employee. You want to be your own boss. All right. So, Diane, Ryan. Oh, that's so pretty. I'm sorry I messed that up. I've never heard that name before. Ryan, like Diane. I like it. Ryan Taylor. Welcome. Hey, Karen. Good to see you. Corey. Hello. All right. So the 3 things, guys, 3 core pieces. Then we're going to break down the different parts in the pieces to get to a very leveraged time freedom coaching business. Number 1 is that your main offer, your signature offering, needs to be a group level program. Your main offer cannot be one-on-one coaching. Guess what? One-on-one coaching is trading your time for money. You will never have time freedom if you are trading time for money. So you must have a group level program or even standalone digital courses. But you are not going to get time freedom with one-on-one coaching. So, hey, Susan, good to see you. So make sure that when you're creating the offer that you have that in mind, okay? And anything that you say multiple times should be 100% in a video. You should not be saying things over and over and over again on a live Zoom in a group coaching or something. The bulk of the information, the things that you say over and over again, that needs to be in a course format. So a great way to handle and leverage and create a really good, robust group program that gives your clients what they need and gives you the time freedom that you're looking for is to have the core of the content in a course format where they can log into your membership site and they can go through it at their own time. And then they come to group coaching where you can then coach. So you're not instructing in the coaching, you're more coaching in the coaching. You're giving feedback, guidance, next steps, accountability, all of those different things. So, sorry, allergies are hitting. So you definitely want to set this up for leverage that starts with the offer itself. Okay. Yes, Henderson. We will talk. Send me a friend request. If you want to chat, you want to talk, type in info to see how we can help you with this. Make sure you send me a friend request so that it doesn't get lost in Messenger. Otherwise, I can't connect with you. So send that over. All right. So number one is that offer. Okay. Now, when you have a great group offer, you can still have technically a one-on-one offer, but just really increase the price on that. If you want real time freedom, you don't want 5 one-on-one coaching clients. If you've got 5 people who are willing to pay you for one-on-one coaching, your pricing is too low. You should have 1, maybe 2 one-on-one coaching clients max if you want time freedom. So keep increasing that price until that's the only amount of people that want it, right? Who can truly afford it. So really high ticket. So your main offer, the go-to for everybody is your group program. But if, let's say you run into a high roller, right? Someone who has a lot of cash and they really, really love you and they really, really want your one-on-one attention. Awesome. Do that, but it should be like quadruple the price of your one-on-one program or your group program, at least triple. Okay. It needs to be very, very high price because that it protects your time. Okay. Don't get sucked in to the, there's this money right here. And if I just take on more one-on-one clients here, you're going to find yourself just chasing your tail always and trading your time for money and not creating the business that you're actually looking for. So you do not want that. All right. Good guy, Brian. Welcome. Okay. So let's move to the next piece because that was step number 1 is the offer itself. It needs to be set up for leverage. It needs to be set up to maximize your time freedom. On top of that, okay, you need to set up your marketing for time freedom. 100%. Your marketing, your sales needs to be set up in a way that leverages time effectively and is one to many. One way to have a extremely hustle heavy business that you are stuck to 12 hours a day trying to eke out the next sale is to not have systems and to be stuck in the Facebook hustle where you're finding people in Facebook groups and you're messaging them and you're saying hi and then you're trying to talk with them until they're willing to get on a sales call with you and sell them on a sales call. Does it work? It does. It's very time intensive though, and not something that I would generally recommend because that's just nuts. It's a lot of time. And if you want time freedom, you can't use that strategy. So real time freedom means you have to be one to many so that like all y'all, I am speaking to dozens of people right now over all different platforms. Okay. And it feels like we're kind of having a conversation, right? I'm talking to Ryan, I'm talking to Christine, I'm talking to Susan, I'm talking to all these people on all these platforms, and it's kind of like we're having a conversation. But the reality is it's one to many, right? So my time is very leveraged. I'm not investing my time into one-on-one conversations at the top of the funnel. Yes, I will talk to people once they're in the funnel a bit further and they're ready to make a purchasing decision, but not at the top of funnel stuff where people aren't sold on you, they're not sold on your process, they're not sold on your what you offer, any of that stuff. That's a not you don't want to be stuck doing one-to-one at that point, right? The one-to-one should be way down at the bottom of the funnel where they're actually thinking about hiring you, right? And then you can have those conversations. So this requires that you have systems set up. So you need a lead generation system. You need even just a basic lead gen funnel where you're offering a freebie. So a lead magnet, it could be a PDF, a video, a audio file, whatever. This you're offering a freebie in exchange for people's email addresses. So this requires that you have a system that collects emails. It collects their name and email, potentially phone number, and then it adds them to your email list, and then it sends them off the resource that they need. Now, if you don't know how to set that up, or if you don't have that yet in your business, stop and do that immediately. If you need a system, if you don't know of a good system or how to even make that happen, go to convertpoint.io. Okay, I just put it in the comments. Go to convertpoint.io. That's our system. And if you'll get your welcome information, all that kind of stuff for getting signed up, and reply back telling them that you were on this live, and we will give you the full template, the full setup for a lead magnet funnel so you can get started today. Okay, so you can have this set up today, right? In a few hours, you can have a lead magnet, you can have your funnel created and ready to go, but you have to do this if you want time freedom. You can't be hustling for every single lead all the time. All right. You need to get systems in place or you'll never create the time freedom that you're looking for. And you'll always be stuck on your phone. You'll be stuck on your computer. So lead gen funnel, absolutely. And then you need systems for nurturing your leads, for qualifying your leads, and to booking them into a sales call, to moving them along in the sales process. And I'm assuming you're doing high ticket because most of the people who are doing group programs are getting into the high ticket realm. And that's, where the easiest way to make the fastest revenue, is significant revenue, I should say. So, absolutely need those systems. So those are sales funnels, right? That's where you take something big and broad, like this training. It's kind of a broad training, really hopefully very helpful, but it's not, it appeals to a lot of people who might be interested in working with us, people who are just trying to figure out who we are, people who randomly found us on TikTok and have no idea who we are. But we start broad, big, top of funnel, and then you start going through the process and we're whittling people down, funneling them down to a purchasing decision. So the handful of folks that are like, hey, I really, really like her. And she knows what's going on. I need that kind of help. Like I'm sick and tired of trying to throw spaghetti at the wall and try to make a business work. Like that clearly isn't working. And I need a customized step-by-step plan, hand-holding, guidance, accountability. Yeah, let me talk to Leah. She knows what she's doing. Right? So that's what happens at the bottom of the funnel. Okay. Top of funnel is much bigger. So you need those systems. That ConvertPoint.io, that will help you to do that, right? You can have all of that in there. Okay. So you need those systems. You need to be emailing, you need to be text messaging, you need to be reaching out to people. So don't neglect this. Don't go for the quick win, the quick, always getting for the next. Yes, this is live. I don't know what you mean by that. But yes, this is 100% live. See what I wrote. Stop it. You're breaking Trevor's arm. I don't know what you're talking about, Trevor, but don't break your arm. That's a weird comment. Okay. So, but you need funnels, you need systems to qualify people and to move them along, because the reality is when you first connect with someone, they're not going to be ready to make a purchasing decision. And if you are only have a funnel set up that's like just your VSL to book a call or a video sales letter or a video that tells them to book a call, that is not sufficient. because very small percentage of people who would actually be interested in buying eventually are ready to buy immediately. Okay. Very, very few. So it's from Back to the Future movies. Oh, sorry, Trevor. I didn't do that. Do I lift? Yes, I do lift. I do like weight training. That's another weird question, but that's okay. Um, so that if you have the right systems and funnels in place and you're nurturing people in a Facebook group, like we've got an amazing community in our Facebook group. They are phenomenal. All y'all are my favorite, right? Like, because you're our people. So we nurture and love on people in our Facebook group. We nurture and love on people in our email list. We do other things that we're reaching out to those same leads so that we're going to collect the ones that are ready to purchase and ready to book a call right away at the beginning. But we're also going to collect the ones that are like, sounds interesting, but I'm going to need to figure out really what these people are about, right? Or I've seen this kind of thing before. What's going on, right? And so we are able to grab folks, nurture them until they're actually ready, because we have those systems in place. So you 100% need those systems, or you will always be chasing your tail, chasing the next sale, on the hunt all the time, and you will never create time freedom. So please take the time, go to convertpoint.io. We will get you started with the funnel tonight. Get this set up because you need it. Okay. All right. So to people, okay. Eric says that's so true. People are ready to buy immediately in some cases, but in the process, the process can 100% turn them off. And the percentage, like, honestly, there can be out of maybe 100 people, maybe 1 or 2 of them are ready to buy now, but out of those, the 98 people that are left, maybe there's another 10 sales in there. If you do some additional nurturing, you do some additional things to warm them up, to get them the information they need, to keep following up with them till you hit them at the right point when they're ready. All of that magic can really happen. And that's how you optimize your sales. That's how you create time freedom. Okay. You have flow chart of the systems. So we have, Eric, do you have our Trello board? It's not really a flow chart, but would be helpful. So we do have a Trello board where we are teaching, where we walk you through this process of, and would be really helpful. So I would, you're in the Facebook group, Eric. So there's a post in there. If you want the Trello board, put it in there. Just comment on the Trello board post, and we'll get that to you, myself or Levante or Matt, one of the team members. Okay. So if you are going lower ticket, and well, there's no like definite rule, because there's people, you can go outside of this rule, but generally speaking, under $2,000, if your offer is going to stay under $2,000, you can fully automate the entire sales process. Todd and I have had times in our business where we were making $190,000 a month with low ticket, never taking a single sales call. So there's some really cool, that can be really, really cool, right? So you can do really well with lower ticket if you've got a really good webinar or a really good VSL setup, and you can automate the entire process. So all you're doing is driving traffic through your social media, through ads, and then then they're going through the process and buying on their own, which is fabulous. If you're going higher ticket, the systems, the automations are geared towards nurturing and then booking them to a sales call where you're still closing them one-to-one on a sales call. Okay. Traffic. If you want a leveraged business, if you want to create time freedom, you need to keep this in mind when it comes to traffic. Traffic is the lifeblood of your business, and you will 100% die without it. Okay. So I love paid ads. Now you have to have your systems really dialed in. You need to be working with a coach to make sure you're not going to blow a bunch of money and waste everything. But I love paid ads, even from the very beginning. However, I do like content marketing. Clearly, I'm content marketing right now. That's what we're doing on this call. So content marketing is awesome, but I would set yourself up for success. So content marketing is where you're on social media, you're blogging, you're podcasting, you're creating long form video. You're doing short form vertical video. You're doing all of these things because you're building your brand. You are getting exposure, driving traffic, and then generating leads from it, right? So like on TikTok, we have our link set up on our bio, which is our Trello board of how to get high ticket clients in 7 days. So I create content and things on TikTok, and I'm pushing people to check out the resource in our bio, because then we generate a lead, they get a free great resource, and they get into the top of the funnel, right? So that's an example of content marketing. But what content marketing should you do if you want a leveraged business? You got to do something that you can fit in your schedule and make sense for you. So at this point in time, I love vertical video, and you can do it in a couple hours a week. Okay. Maybe I spend maybe 3 hours a week with doing vertical video, and because I batch it, like I'll take like a Saturday or a day that I don't have a lot of sales calls, and I'll just do a bunch of videos, just shoot video after video after video. And then I just have to post it during the week, which takes like no time. And I'm not out there having to engage and talk to different people on the platform. I'm just creating it, putting it out there, and I'm moving on. Right? So short form vertical video like TikTok and Reels and Shorts on YouTube, all of that is really good for creating time freedom. Okay. If you get the process down and you're quick at it. The editing, I know. So back in the day, doing short form vertical video took forever. Like their editing in the platforms themselves sucked. It was painful. I would sit there, like it would take me a couple minutes to shoot the whatever I wanted on my camera, but then it would be 45 more minutes trying to edit and put the text on the screen and do whatever. But it is vastly changed in the last year and a half, where the editing portion is much more streamlined, much easier to use, and you can get it done like that. So I love vertical video. If you are a writer and you can just, do a blog post a week and that fits for you, do it. I love live streaming. This is so easy for me to do because I'm super, super knowledgeable in what I teach, and I've gotten good at video. So I can just have this 30 minutes a week. I live stream. That's it. 30 minutes a week. And it builds, it gets, we reach new people. We're booking calls from it. We're generating leads. We're doing all kinds of things. And it's just 30 minutes a week. So you got to find some sort of content that's easy for you. You're able to get out there, make it happen, and you can batch it, or you can set it up so it's not a constant grind, because that's the opposite of, that's the opposite of actually creating time freedom. So my 2 cents on which ones I would do and which ones I currently do. Okay. So just a recap. Okay. Number one, there's 3 steps to this. Number one is that your offer is leveraged. So like a group program or digital courses, standalone courses. Okay. Number 2 is that you've got leveraged marketing systems in place. You've got sales funnels. You've got things, you're driving traffic in leveraged ways that don't suck up your time. Okay. So you're not doing the Facebook Messenger hustle. Okay. Now, number 3, and if you haven't grabbed it yet, type in client for your client acquisition accelerator guide. Put that in the chat, and we will get that over to you. And type in info if you want to talk and see how we can help you out with this, because this is what I do all day long. And it's not a sales call. It's a hi, I'm meeting you, and I'll set you up for a different call if you want it. But this is just what's going on and what kind of resources and how can we help you with this? Because it's so important that you get a plan in place, or you will throw spaghetti in perpetuity. You just, you need a plan in place, right? Or this ain't going to happen. So that's what we do. All right. So Eric, let's talk. Send me a friend request so we can connect after and get that on, get something figured out. But step number 3. Okay. Step number 3 is setting up your team. Okay. So I definitely have a team behind me. It is not just me. Number 1, I have a business partner. My husband, Todd, is the actual brains behind most of what you see. I do social media and I do sales, and I manage our sales team. He does all of the funnels. He does the copywriting. He does the ads. He does all of that stuff. So we are a partnership. I just happen to have a bit more personality than him. So this became my role in the business. Yes, I might be what you see on the outside, but the reality is we have a whole team behind us. So we have a um, like a executive level VA who helps us with payment stuff. She helps us with our social media content. She does all kinds of higher level things. She's in America. She's not like a Filipino VA kind of situation. We have a sales team where we have people who work for us full time ish, doing, reaching out to our leads, qualifying them and booking them to sales calls, or taking sales calls themselves to close. So we've got a lot of people in our court. However, we absolutely did not start that way. And a big problem that people have is that when they get started, they are trying to hire things out before they even understand how things work. Unless you have figured out what works, you cannot successfully outsource it. You don't get a VA to take over things that you don't know how to do yourself. You are the business owner. You have to know what works. You need to be able to coach the people who are working for you to get better results, do their job better. And if you haven't done it yourself, how can you do that? You can't. So you need to do everything at the beginning. Then you can start to build out your support team. Okay. So the first one that's really easy and low cost is a lower level VA, someone from the Philippines, someone from somewhere that is inexpensive for Americans to hire. But you have to have the processes figured out first. Like, how do you welcome people to your Facebook group? That's something that would be great for a lower level, a lower level VA. Maybe some social media stuff, maybe this or that, or just some like handling support calls or tickets or whatever that are coming in from your clients. That is great. Okay. But you have to do it first yourself. You have to create the SOPs or the standing operating procedures, the processes of what they're supposed to do, so you can hand that off to a VA to handle it for you. Okay. Lower level VA is a really good first hire. You don't need to be making much money because you can often do it $50 a month, $50 a week, something really low to get the ball rolling and get some additional help just with some of the busy work pieces. Okay. As your team grows, you need to stay focused on what must be done by you. So what do I mean by that? Number one, coaching. One of the biggest pet peeves that I have is people who hire people to mimic them and coach their clients, and they're no longer coaching at all. And you're like, well, yeah, you can teach someone your process. However, when they're having problems, when things aren't working for them like they think like it apparently should, that's it. That they need an expert who's actually built the 7-figure business, the 6-figure business, who's lost the weight, who's done blah, blah, whatever. They need the expert themselves to give that level of feedback. So make sure, even as you grow and scale, that you still are coaching. You might have someone helping out with accountability or this or that or the other thing, but you still need to have that connection with your clients to make sure they're getting phenomenal results. Okay. Also video, like honestly, you can have someone do your written content for you. That really doesn't have to be you, but video and podcasts, that 100% has to be you. So that's not something you would outsource. Now you might outsource your video editing. You might outsource scheduling your content, any of that kind of stuff, but you need to be on camera. You need to be the face of your business, the voice of your business, and you need to be the coach. So stay focused on those things. And then, so as you grow, what do you then outsource? So after sort of the VA kind of level stuff, the next thing is really an appointment setter. This is someone to help you on the sales side. And that's helping you to sort the leads that you're generating, qualifying them, and booking the qualified ones to your sales calendar. So you don't have to do that yourself. It'll really free up your time, allow you to work on more projects and things you need to do in your business, and get out of some of that busy work that really doesn't have to be you to do the initial qualifying piece. Okay. Next, closers. Closers are great, where eventually you are not closing the sale yourself. You have someone closing for you, but you start that way because you need to flesh out the script. You need to get a baseline standard of what's going to be the closing percentage all of that kind of stuff. You gotta know what works before you can train someone in on what to do, what you've been, what they need to do. Okay. So closers are great. And really after those pieces, you can start, once you really are making some serious money, you can start to hand off some of the marketing pieces, setting up your funnels, running ads, all of these different things, but only after you've had success doing those things yourself. Because there are an infinite number of people out there online who will say, I can help you with that. I know how to set up funnels, or I know how to run Facebook ads. And it's a needle in a haystack to find anybody who's decent. And the reality is that you are your business owner. You're the business owner. You need to be able to control whether sales are coming in or not. And if you outsource something as critical as ads, especially at the beginning, you are not going to be in control of that. That's going to be in someone else's hands. You need to get yourself up and running. You need to be doing $20,000, $30,000 a month, then outsource your ads, right? Realistically, you can get yourself up to $100,000 a month and then just go right to a media buyer. So please learn these critical things yourself so you are informed. Because there's so many bad eggs out there, if you learn these pieces yourself, you're going to know if someone passes the sniff test, if they're just BSing you or if they're actually really good. And you're going to be able to understand the analytics yourself, not just what they present to you of how well they're doing for you, but you're going to understand it at a much deeper level and be able to say, hey, these guys are really good. Or I don't think these guys are as good as I think they are. Like, I was getting better results in this, right? So that's why you hold on to that piece longer, because you need to, number one, it's expensive to outsource to someone who's good. But you need to really, really understand that, because it's the lifeblood of your business. If your marketing isn't great, if your ads, your traffic is bad, you just won't have a business because you won't be making sales. And if you're not making sales, you're not making money. If you're not making money, you don't have a business. So you have to keep that in-house for a while. So you really got it dialed in. And that means, yes, you have to learn something beyond your core skill set. If you only want to do your core skill set, which is being a life coach or a fitness coach or whatever, then go work for someone else who does the business. If you want to be a business owner, you got to learn the business. If you don't want to learn the business parts, go work for someone else who has a business. That's the hard reality here, right? So, okay. If you do not have it yet, type in client. This is your last chance. Andrew on LinkedIn. Good to see you, Andrew. We got a LinkedIn comment. I'm pretty impressed. LinkedIn's very quiet. We don't do a lot on LinkedIn. So yes, type in client, and myself on Facebook, my team will be helping me out. We will get that to you in Messenger. So send me a friend request if you're on Facebook so that we can actually connect, or it's going to get lost in Messenger and you ain't going to never see it. So type in client. We'll get you the Client Acquisition Accelerator Guide, and type in info in the comments. If you're like, this sounds really good, but I need definitely some help with this. I'm sick of the spaghetti approach. I'm sick of the busyness hamster wheel of not getting anywhere. Comment info, we'll chat, we'll just see what's going on. If it's a free resource I send you, I send that off to you. If it's something more than that, I can get you some more information that you can explore on your own. Okay. So have a blessed rest of your Memorial Day. Have a blessed week. Crush it. I would love to see your goals. What are your goals? You're going to sign 1 or 2 clients this week? Are you going to publish a couple? Are you going to go live a couple times? Like, what's your goal for the week? Put it in the comments, share. Well, sure you aren't. And I will see you next Monday, same time, 7 p.m. Eastern time, Mondays, same time every week. If this was helpful, share it. Like it, love it, throw a whole bunch of engagement on it, because there's someone else who needs this information who has not received it yet. All right. And you can be the one to give them a little hand up, right? Not a handout, a hand up to the information that they need to be successful and to change lives. So have a blessed rest of y'all day. I'll see y'all next Monday, 7 p.m. Bye.